Prime Source Foods began as poultry products in 1958, so we've been around about 61 years. Today, we're primarily a specialty meats food service distributor. We actually operate out of two buildings at our headquarters here in Hooksett. The primary building is our distribution facility. It's about 21,000 square feet in total. We're a unique animal, and we want to remain unique in some ways, but in some ways we want to benefit from the efficiencies that everyone else gets.
Our primary goals for moving into the facility was to become more efficient. In other words, bring product in more quickly and send it out more quickly. Our objective when we started was to go from about 22 cases an hour to 55 cases per hour. We also were looking forward to a larger facility that would permit us to handle more types of product.
We're going to run this building for 20 years, 30 years, maybe 40 years. It better be pretty efficient coming out of the gate and throughout that period, or it just won't pay for itself.
What you really care about is, can I get a case in, store it, ship it, and or process it, and get it out of the facility and to my customer for less money. This project's a little bit different because it's not only a distribution facility, it's also a processing facility.
In Prime Source's situation, the add option wasn't feasible here. We did evaluate several existing buildings, but when you're doing that, you are giving up some flexibility as far as getting exactly the layout that you want, especially in a project like this where we're combining a processing operation with a distribution operation. That added a wrinkle that was much harder to do in an existing shape of a building that maybe didn't allow us to properly segregate those two operations.
When we start a project, we get to a point very early on where we want to define what it is that we're going to build. And for CMC, we do some of our analysis in-house in terms of sizing, and particularly on the processing side on a project like this, we'll do that ourselves. But when it comes to efficiently designing the warehouse, we go to lid. If there's anything material handling related, we go to lid. And lid is extremely responsive with their turnaround time, and that was one of our big concerns.
We design facilities and work with CMC to get them built. We want to put the engineering in site selection and in building selection before they actually commit to that lease. We also help operators select and implement their ERP technologies, their warehouse management technology, their manufacturing execution system, again, with a perspective of the design, the physical operation. When there are significant changes in the before and after, there is somewhat of a leap of faith that is being taken by your organization. And one of the role of CMC and LID is to reassure you and help you understand how this applies to your business.
Taking on a new building by itself is pretty daunting, and changing the way that we process is pretty daunting, and then layering the WMS on top of it was pretty scary for us. The reason that we're here collectively is because we had a great degree of comfort in CMC skills and LID skills, but the personalities, the commitment to work, the integrity, all had to be there in order for us to get comfortable.
As always with our facilities, we're trying to get our clients into a position where we're maximizing their potential for profit, which means we're trying to maximize their efficiency within the facility.
That was the primary reason we went with CMC. We knew that they had a good level of expertise in building the types of buildings that we wanted to build, that they had worked with a lot of the large players and the unique players. I put a lot of responsibility on Nate's shoulder, and I'm very pleased to say that Nate nailed it. We got what we hoped for with this building.
What we're getting for the dollar is what I expect is a very efficient building that will allow us to be as competitive, as cost efficient as any of our competitors.
Mr. Conrad, you and your team We're a pleasure to work with, and we wish you guys nothing but success going forward. And as we like to say, we're ready for the addition.